Hello. Welcome back to Homestuck Beyond Canon, everyone. It's been a couple of weeks. Thanks for your patience with more kind of last-minute cancellation-y type business. Had a family emergency to deal with. Had an uncle pass away unexpectedly. So, that kind of floored everyone. But tonight I have returned, and it is time for Homestuck Beyond Canon. Yeah. That's kind of all the updates I have for myself for the past few weeks. Still playing a lot of Animal Crossing. Like a lot. I finally started getting back into actually working on my town. For all this time that I've been putting into Animal Crossing over the last few months, I did basically nothing. I did nothing on my town. But in the last few days, I have actually started getting back into fixing some terraforming things that were bugging me because they were stupid. And like actually doing some decorating. Wow. So that's been neat. It's been fun getting back into that. Hello, Carencio. Hello, Aleph. Hello, anyone viewing anonymously. Welcome, welcome. I forgot to do my little hellos at the beginning there. I'm a little bit out of practice. But yeah, that's been these last few weeks around these parts. There is I do not have anything bookmarked for the community news front. There is, of course, a news post that goes alongside this update when it came out on November 11th, of course, a Homestuck day, a Homestuck date. But the news post contains and makes reference to things that happen inside of the update itself. So we will be looking at that after the update, just because, I don't know how many people watch these things as their first read through or whatever, but just in case, no spoiling what we are about to experience. So we'll get to that a little bit after everything else. And that's the plan for today. It's not a super long update, but there's a lot to talk about, as you can see by the fact that I have a whole bunch of other tabs open to refer to, which is how you know it's going to be a real good one. Hello, Max. Welcome, and welcome, Laku. Hello. Good to see you all. And I am recording. I've got my thingy open for putting the links in for the YouTube. I've got the text still on screen, which I need to get off the screen because that's not supposed to stay there. And that's about that. I guess let's get hopping on in, get started. Just get myself cozy, and I will hydrate. Ooh, that was a little. Try to do something weird with my voice there. I will hydrate. Thank you, Carencia. I will hydrate. Thank you, Carencia. Okay. Okay. Oh, shit. Was my voice echoing that whole time? See, this is a really annoying thing about Twitch, because it will remember if you have streams muted or unmuted. In terms of like watching other people's channel. Only for a little bit. Okay, good. Yeah, because it remembers if you have things muted or unmuted when you're like watching other streams on people's channel. But it keeps that setting for your own preview feed on your like dashboard and on your like moderator dashboard in browser. So if I forget to mute again before leaving whatever I'm watching, or if I forget to mute it before I start streaming and I have the moderator page open, then it echoes like that. I've had that issue before. It's very annoying. I think that this video player should have its own settings and not just be the global ones. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Problem has been solved. It was only a teeny bit echoey, and that one time when I closed my water bottle really loud, way too close to the mic. But anyway, we're ready to start the actual comic, the thing that we are here for today. So, last update, we had a bunch of big stuff happen. We had that very tense conversation between Rose and Jade. Jade kind of, you know, in the process of holding a barrier up over their like base ship to kind of protect them, and especially to protect all their kids, the kitties. Rose not doing well. Following that, Jake confronted Jane and attempted to kill her. Didn't make it, so she turned back on him and beat the shit out of him and dropped him at the airlock on her ship. I don't know if airlock is the right word there, actually. Just the bottom dealy flaps, not necessarily connected to an airlock. Anyway, dropped him out the bottom of her ship within an inch of his life, beaten within an inch of his life, but he's not dead. Very markedly not dead. Jane, of course, being a hero of life, Healy powers, etc. So she's like mentally, emotionally, morally damaged, but like physically probably doing fine now. And of course, the last thing that happened in the update, Jake sits up and goes, "Yiffy!" And or no, it was Tavi, because Tavi's following Yiffy. I'm getting confused with reading things here. Tavi's, oh my god, now I'm flipping names around. Too many fucking names happening at once. Okay, Jake sits up, just like, Tavi, and we're like, what the fuck is he doing out there? And we flash to this. He's left a note and some trail mix. I fucking love the fact that he left trail mix for Rissy and Harry. And that's where we are. We get to read Tavi's letter. Dear Rissy and Harry, Yiffy left. I think she wants to help the rebel forces somehow, which is pretty stupid. But I am also pretty stupid because I want to help her. I hope if I really try, I can keep her from dying at least. I'm kind of sick of sitting around doing nothing. I thought it'd be best doing this alone, since Yiffy sort of knows me. And you yelled at her a lot, and don't seem to like her in general. Also, this will require a lot of drastic gymnastics, which is not either of your strong suits. No offense. Hope you understand. Tavi. P.S. I left you guys some trail mix. Don't pick the raisins out. They're healthy. So, first of all, I kind of let it slip earlier when I mixed up the names. But yes, Tavi left because he ran out after Yiffy, who decided to join the battle for some reason, even though they just arrived on the scene. Just getting right on out there. Second of all, love the drastic gymnastics, referring, of course, to Tavi's chum handle, glutinous gymnast. And Don't pick the raisins out. They're healthy. I love this kid so much. Yeah. He's right. He is right. They are healthy. Okay, so that is where Tavi is. Mystery solved. Harry and Vrissy be understanding. As if. Oh, that rat bastard! We're gonna show him! Yeah, absolutely. I don't know, munching noises? But maybe we could do it from inside of the ship instead of outside where all the bullets are? And what, prove him right? Could you really live with yourself being more useless than Tavros Crocker of all people? I mean, versus getting shot and dying? Probably. Fine, stay back there and sit on your ass. What do I care if you spend the rest of your life being boring and sad, just like your shitty parents? Hey, my mom and dad aren't shitty. Harry, wake up already. They're nothing. Can you at least act annoyed about that? Well, I am fucking pissed. Tavi is not showing me up here. And neither is that arrogant, hive-wrecking bitch. Vrissy, wait. So, panel up here, we're getting another view. Here's Jade's protected bubble with the ghost image of the space symbol coming out of her hand. That's so cool. And here's Harry and Vrissy very much outside of that bubble, of course. Yeah, and Vrissy, pulling out, insulting John and Roxy to kind of, get under Harry's skin. And, arrogant, hive-wrecking bitch. So, that and Tavi saying you kind of yelled at her a lot, or you kind of yelled at them a lot, yeah, Vrissy, not a fan of having a half-sibling that she didn't know about before. Does not like Yiffy at all. Because we saw the face that Vrissy made the first time that she saw Yiffy, but we didn't actually hear the conversation that they had. Or, get any kind of perspective on that. So, we're just, it's not just a tense situation for the adults. But yeah, there's that, the space shield that Jade's putting up there. Right outside it. Of course, yes. Making Omega Kitties making lots of smart moves, marching right into the middle of gunfire. Jade, inspect battlefield. Okay, so Jade is right in the crosshairs of this Crocker Corp snipe. And everybody is looking in the same direction, distracted by Yiffy? Yiffy, who is that way, I guess. To the left of the panel that we were just looking at outside frame. This art is real good. Oh, hi, Rose. Hi, honey. Hi, Harry. Could you both do me a favor? Huh? Don't look. What's your shield in the front? Ooh. Okay. Ha ha ha. Ah. So. And of course, Rose knew this was coming. Of course. Because, this, link number 1 referring back to Rose is kind of rambling over here. Talking about... Oh, what the... I highlighted the passage I wanted to look at. Now I have to fucking find it because it didn't stay highlighted. Okay, lesson learned. Right, it was here. Yeah. So talking about her future stuff. Seeing all the adults drawn as adults is unsettling as all hell. It is definitely still something to adjust to. Yeah, it is a very new change. Yeah, trying to decode these countless twisting paths have taken years of practice, but like all your favorite games, tedium enhances satisfaction of the play. So she's, been trying to peer... Yeah, so her visions generally, you know that Vriska is up to something important, exceedingly important. It's a point of almost disturbing clarity and otherwise nebulous and ill-defined milieu of your prognosticated purview. You're not quite sure what it actually is, though. So that's kind of the way that she's receiving these whatever visions she had. So this instance of Jade getting shot, it was not mentioned here in her kind of like specific things that she described as having seen. Like, Vriska's going to fail, Jane's going to fail too. Really, just about everyone is going to fail at to do something that really matters. So that's kind of the vision that she had. And okay, so Jade is shot, and the shield came down because she's no longer there to hold it up. So, maybe that would fit under that bubble. But also, Rose's visions are not absolute and exact. So there's some flexibility here. But yeah, so clearly through whatever means, however it is she's swimming through these future visions. In this part, she also predicted or foresaw this happening well enough at least to know that she needed to cover the kid's eyes. Which, I mean, at least that much you can be thankful for, that they didn't have to watch this happen. And, there's speculation, of course, to be had on whether this would be considered a just or heroic death. If anything, it would be heroic because it came about while she was in the middle of assisting in the enacting of a plot to like save the world kind of dealy. But I mean, like, I just hope that it's not. I don't think that they would actually fully and 100% kill off Candy Jade fully. Because even, like, Candy Dirk died, but we still have Meet Dirk. Okay, so maybe they could. Maybe they could go there. Maybe they could just say, well, now Meet Jade is all you have. I don't know. That doesn't feel like a thing that they would do to Jade. I don't think this is the actual end of Jade. I think especially because, like, I mean, Floral Marsupial is on the writing team. Like, Floral Marsupial, #1 Jade fan. #1 prolific Jade writer is on the writing team. So I have strong doubts that this is actually the end of Candy Jade. For that, among other reasons. But damn, that's fucked. Oh, and Chibi likes Jade. Oh, yeah. I mean, Jade, yeah. Jade, I'm sure there are many on the team. I was just thinking about, like, you know, like floral marsupial having, like, written liminal space and, like, all that kind of stuff, right? If that's the right tag. Even if it is the end, we do have a spare. Yeah. Mixolady, hello and welcome. Oh no, gun indeed. I'm gonna say, yeah, like there's Jades from other timelines that are, like, we have still Meet Jade. But yeah. Yeah. I'm glad that Rose, in her, like, sort of, like, vaguely dissociated state, still had enough forethought to be like, I should make sure the kids don't see that. Meet Jade existing kind of makes the death seem plausible. I know, but I don't want it to be. I don't want it to be, because, like, they're, like, yes, okay, so we have Meet Jade, but Meet and Candy Jade are both different directions of character exploration. You know what I mean? The most deadly weapon in Homestuck, ordinary bullet. Truly. Hey, not always. Didn't kill Jane. This Jade too often to be down. Oh my god, no. But oh yeah, we're gonna be waiting to see the results of this for a while. But we will eventually know, but not for a good while. Sent to a nice farm upstate where she can run around and play with the other Jades. What, you mean the dream bubbles that now exist again? Jade Farm dream bubble AU. Hell yeah, goddamn macropause. Yeah, we'll talk a little more about the end of Act 1 pause when we get to the news post, but yes, we're waiting for back in the Neo saddle. Oh man. Yeah. Jade. Oh, Jade. Saddle is wireless now because future. Yes. Okay. Let's turn to images that are upsetting in a different way. Jane, your goose is cooked. Actually push that big red button. Haha. Oh no. This is what contingency plans are for, after all. Yeah, so she's sweating. She's still having a rough one after that run-in with Jake. But, that sure is a big space laser charging. It sure is a big space laser that looks like a tiered cake. God. Sweat and blood. Yeah, super primary ignition. Yeah, here it comes. So here's, yeah, John in the glow of the plot point, which still contains Vriska, right where we left him. Yeah, the cake is a laser. Instead of, well, not instead of, just also the cake is a lie, if I may be so bold as to make an incredibly old reference that's almost older than my time. Yeah. And this, you know, wherever they are, it's shaking. It's something, big things coming. John, get your shit blasted. And there she blows. There she blows. Getting the afterglow reflecting off of the big tower. The Dirk, what are they call it the Dirk Strider Memorial Tower now, right? Because that's where he jumped. And there's the fucking shitty Liberty. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Important to note, the command prompts are no longer in brackets, which normally would denote the meat timeline. But we are, because you see, John, get your shit blasted, that's still in brackets. But we come down here, no more brackets. Which again, normally denotes the meat timeline, so perhaps this is something to do with the plot point and like truth, relevance, essentiality, because the laser just blew the fuck up the plot point, which could have a very different reaction than Jane was expecting, because Jane in laser firing the plot point was essentially kind of going for a like blowing it up and destroying it would get rid of any threat that it poses and not create any new threat, basically. I believe it was kind of her logic in approaching things in such a manner. But it's quite possible that the plot point is, you know, upon being exploded, created a different chain reaction that has done something else that she was not expecting. What if the laser just went into the plot point and hit Vriska in the face? I mean, yeah, that's the other thing. Like, is the plot point just, like, how much of the laser fire is the plot point itself actually potentially absorbing even? I saw another theory that the laser fire charge up was a red herring, and this is actually Vriska and or the plot point itself firing up rather than the laser firing down. Which is another interesting theory. I am not so sure if I totally buy it. But, correct, Leku, the laser that we saw charging up back here, so far, all of it looks red. Yeah, could just be... Yeah, exactly. It could just be the smash cut to this. Is just fucking around with us. Oh, I see. Yeah, and you're also saying that this could just be something happening on meat. Like, we could have totally switched gears entirely. This could be not even... Right, because of the bracket thing. Mm-hmm. Maybe the laser also flipped the frog switch. The frog switch? The legendary frog? I'm trying to picture what you're referring to. Is this something in the temple? The one from Cascade. Ooh, I should know this. It's been so long since I watched Cascade. I really need to reread the original comic again. Like, not Homestuck reread streams, because if I start doing that, then it's going to take another, like, 3-4 years to get through the comic. I just need to, like, blast through it in my own time. It flipped, but no one flipped it on screen. Eternal, but silly, pointless mystery. But yeah, because I'm kind of looking at, like... Oh, the one that let Jack into the Trolls universe. That changed the location of the thing. The thing that put him there. Yes, I think I know what you're talking about now. I'm not gonna load up Cascade right now and check, just for the sake of time. But actual orientation is really irrelevant plot-wise, but it did visibly flip, so maybe just a mistake. I mean, yeah, that could be it too. There were a lot of artists working on Cascade. Right, so this, I mean, I think up here this is pretty distinctly a troll and a human. Because the thing is, we don't know what Rose and Dirk's creatures look like yet. Because my other thought was trying to look at the silhouettes to see if they maybe were different. The only one that's kind of odd, some of these ones over here, they could just be troll vehicles. We've seen those look kind of odd before. But yeah, so there's, you know, that's some theory craft happening around this. You know, lots of different things pointing to potential red herring. This is maybe not actually the laser that Jane just fired. What's going on around the edge? I think that, like, so, like, this is what you would be referring to here, right? Because the huge grass, yeah. I think that's just, explosion knockback, like, air, knocking up, ground, and air and explosion knocking up the ground and the debris and kind of like a plume around it, if that makes sense. I think that's all that is. Just the force of the blast, blowing things back. End of Act 1. Or is it? Psych. Yes, and interesting to note, these curtains are a golden orange, let's say. Oh, Dirkly. It is a little bit Dirkly. I feel like if it was really Dirk-y, then it would be more orange. Because I find it interesting that, like, your first go was like, oh, orange. My first look at this, I saw the yellow before I saw, like, more of an orangey color. So that's why I said kind of like a golden orange, because it feels like a little bit in between for me. Or, you know, to my eyes. At the top. Oh, yeah, like the logo color. Okay, that's right. That is kind of dark orange. Okay, yeah, it's a little closer than I was thinking. You know what this is reminding me of right now? I played this game on my phone that's like, it's called I Love Hue. It's just a simple, like, gives you a color spectrum and then it mixes it up and you have to put the color spectrum back together. Very good for just, like, waiting for the bus or, like, waiting for class to start or, like, waiting for a doctor's appointment in the waiting room or whatever. Chill game, easy to pick up and put down. I have been stuck on this one fucking orange and yellow spectrum. I've only restarted it once to just be like, okay, fuck it, maybe that'll help. Because sometimes it does. If I get stuck, then the second time I don't make the same mistake. But, like, I've been squinting at it for ages. And it's like, I'm up pretty high in the levels of this, like, puzzle game. But I'm just like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's frustrating. I haven't looked at it in a while. Maybe sometimes just not looking at it and then looking back at it again, I can see the colors differences and where I need to move stuff a little bit clearer. So maybe that will help. I should look at that again. Because, like, I can just exit and pick a different puzzle. But, like, fuck that. I want to finish it. Okay, anyway, y'all are having actual relevant conversation in the chat. The center of the laser is Jane's cyan, but bumping the brightness of Troll Cerulean would be between John and Jane's colors. That's nastily golden orange. The darker colors on the curtains are kind of greenish, but the mid-tone looks orangish. Oh yeah, I can see the greenish and like the shadows in the curtains, yeah. But that's true, yeah, the mid-tones look more orange. The gold and the yellowy is really just more of a highlight. So yeah, that's true. It is kind of that same dirty orange as the icon there. Together makes it look a little more golden. Yeah, a little bit of a golden sheen, but yeah, okay. Yeah, it is. It's more orangey. It is. Anyway, microanalyzing every hue. Yeah. Well, as y'all just learned, that is my hobby apparently. Play this fucking game when I'm sitting around waiting for stuff to happen. Okay. The last panel. And yeah, I think we're done with this. The last panel. And it is a doozy. Panel 707. Who is this? What is going on in this panel? That is an old CRT computer monitor. That is an old looking keyboard. That is questionable slime that's too pale to be so poor. And what's up with these clawed gray hands? Could it be a troll? I don't know. They're not trolling. Gavage Cunctation began negging Adamant Griftress 801 minutes ago. Okay, so I'll read this Pesterlog, and then we're going to rip into all the details. This dialogue actually grabs your interest more than any other Trolls dialogue, and we haven't even seen them yet. Well, see, that's the thing. It's interesting that you're specifically calling this a fan troll. But yes, let's get into this. Because, like, okay, before we start, I don't think it's a troll because they're not trolling, they're negging. And that's a whole other thing. Okay. I was thinking about this earlier, and I never made up my mind as to how I was actually going to read this in terms of, like, voice. Okay. Hi again. How was your day been? Anything interesting happen over there? Mine was alright. Almost got my stupid ass blown to the high hells as per usual, but not much other than that. That would be devastating, right? It could happen so easily. A petrifying thought. Yet I still stay up to my buccal mass and volatile materials. It's a real addiction. Anyway, I think today is the day I fuck everything up. I'm messaging you now to see if you might maybe change my mind or something. Sorry, I know, you'd hate this vaguely ominous doomer bullshit. But this time, I really feel like it's true. I'm going to play TC's game with some of my friends today. If I'm being honest, we cooked hard with this, but now I think that the game is going to kill me. Well, actually, I know it will. AA, that's one of my friends, has been bugging you about this because she cannot fucking help herself. If it's one thing she's gonna do, it's bug or fuss or meddle. Well, I guess that's 3 things. Ha. Take that shit, I'm fussing. Are you there? Sorry. Anyway, she's like an oracle, except she's not an oracle. She's some other shit. To keep it real with you, I don't really understand it. But that's kind of the whole deal with magic, right? You don't have to understand it, just believe in it. I kind of forgot where I was going with this. Oh, yeah. She said that she was certain that you would play with us. Obs I called bullshit. Clearly a ploy to get me interested in playing again, since I told her I wasn't anymore, but she kept insisting. And I don't really want to let TC and them down, since they're so stoked about this. And we did spend a lot of time on it. Sunk cost fallacy is fucking me up right now. So, would you like to play this game with me? I mean, with me and my friends? It's cool if not, though. I don't really care too much either way. In fact, my roster is pretty stacked. Unsure if I'm even able to slip you in, honestly. My roster's so crowded it's making sardines claustrophobic. My social battery is fat as fuck, swelling into an ominous crescendo. Shit's set to burst any minute now. Tick-tock. I've got friends out the wazoo lining up just for a chance. It's honestly a ludicrous amount of friends to have in any context. If I started listing off my insanely long list of friends, you would get mad as fuck. Yeah, if it wasn't clear, I'm actually popping and everyone wants to hang out with me. None of that is true, actually. Well, anyway, if you don't hear from me again, I wanted to say good luck, Vriska, with everything. So, yeah. Gavage Cunctation's computer exploded. That's a classic. Oh my goodness. Okay, what is happening in chat? Even a human can be a fandral. Yes. Yes, GC. Yeah, lots of things to note here. Okay. Yeah, GC. So, Gavage Cunctation, as well as, of course, TC and AA, all using, they're all following the GCAT naming scheme that the alpha and beta trolls had. Species about a feeling deep in your gut and typing quirks. Yes. So the typing quirk I've seen noted in a couple of places. It's a bomb. It's a bomb with the fuse ticking down from the flame at the end. Also noted uses a lot of epilepsis. Ending sentences. Yeah, and of course there's talking about, the computer explodes at the end of the conversation, but it begins with the remarks about almost getting blown up again as usual. Could happen so easily. Yet I still stay up to my bucomass in volatile materials. It really is an addiction. So, what the fuck explosive volatile materials is this person talking about? Could it have something to do with the mystery not so poor pale green goop on the keyboard and the computer monitor? Perhaps? Very possible this is one of Rosa Dirk's little guys. Yes. Yeah, so that's kind of a, I think a primary theory is that this is one of Rose's or one of Dirk's creature creations. Because, again, we're looking at the top here, and, after that, the arrows, there's no brackets. I'm gonna fucking sneeze. Hold on. I'm fine. Okay. No brackets, so this could be me. And of course, this could be using some of the same kind of trans timeline technology that Caliborn and Calliope were using, as well as, you know, to communicate with the Alpha Kids, as well as Roxy and Dirk using to communicate with Jane and Jake. We know that, you know, is a thing that exists and that people can use. So that would be how that would be possible. Kind of across universal lines. But yes, that is a primary theory. Yeah, gotta be. This monologue has just the right number of buzzword callbacks and just the right number of bullshit zoomer words. Perfectly balanced. Yeah, there's a lot of callbacks to early acts for sure. In terms of, well, I mean, like, I called one of them at the end when the computer exploded. Like, that's a classic. Yeah, you know, it's a real addiction, haha. Thinking about the early hive swap, hello. Hive bent. The early hive bent, repeating refrain of, oh, addiction is a powerful thing. Yeah, the omnipresence of the game, which again, they're not naming it. It's probably Spurb. It's probably the next Spurb session. But yeah, the omnipresence of, like, you know, so like they worked really hard to put the game together, but now people are coming in and out and not sure if they're going to do it and having to convince each other and like all that kind of stuff. Typical. I'm trying to like skim this fast, but don't want to let TC down. They're so stoked about this. Yeah, and this AA figure, I've seen some talk of, oh, you know, being like seer coded because of being like, she's like an oracle, except she's not an oracle. She's some other shit. To keep it real with you, I don't understand it, but that's kind of the whole deal with magic, right? Yeah. There might be more. But, you know, just like skimming it, there's like all that kind of stuff. For some reason, they keep posting the bomb with the fuse burning. Yes. Are there any other Vriskas we should know about? At least a. Yeah. So this, of course, Vrissi, I guess. Because Vrissi, up until Vriska came into the Candy universe, was not going by Vrissi and was just going by Vriska. So that would be why Gavage Cunctation is not using Vrissi and is calling her full Vriska, because Gavage Cunctation would not be privy to the whole hot mess that just happened. Vrissi has not been communicating anything to them. So we can see, you know, here, Vrissi call for help. Because this is, like, this name has come up before. You know, back here, and then again a little bit later, again, looking at Vrissi's chum roll, Gavage Cunctation is online right at the bottom here. And you're pretty sure, you know, call for help, that would be an automatic fail on Vriska's test, but even if it wasn't, it isn't like you could message anyone. Not anyone worth talking to anyway. Oof, saying Gavage Cunctation is not worth talking to. So you can kind of tell from that and like the way that Gavage Cunctation is trying to convince her to play the game and thinking like, you're probably not going to do it. That like, they're friends and they talk, but their relationship, that it feels like it's not great. Yeah. You know, I'm messaging you now to see if you might maybe change my mind or something. Sorry, you know, you hate this vague, ominous doomer bullshit, but this time I really think anyway. yeah, they don't have like the bestie bestest of relationship, from what I think we can tell, from this and from this. But yeah, and then again, so that was while trying to escape from jail. This is just after Vrissy escaped from jail. Those are kind of the two times that we see her chum roll like this. You see passive every time they use a computer, it explodes. Perhaps. Bombsy buddy, love that. Sorry, I'm still just like getting caught off my chat. Alright, guessing that it's got to be roses because of the font color. And everything has a purple tint. Yeah, that's another point. Yeah, another point in the direction of not being a troll is, yeah, the font color. Not a troll blood color. Carcats wasn't either, granted. But, yeah, it's just, it's a very desaturated violet. Kind of a desaturated version of Rose's color, potentially. But yeah, they themselves are very gray. The game called Smethus. Mm-hmm. A so clear-coated, which really goes to show how rigid the glass system is. I forgot its name. Well, maybe they invented a whole new hemispectrum. Possible. Quite possible that they just invented a whole new hemispectrum. Could imagine a new species having desaturated hues instead of dark for trolls or bright for humans. Right. Yeah, I'm trying to think, was there anything else that I wanted to touch on? I was appreciating this kind of Tumblr post, you know, summarizing the kind of details that they picked out of this page. Oh, right, this is what I really want to touch on. Because, like, this person, we're like, what's happening here? Hemispectrum is of K singularity. So, the name, right? Gavage Cunctation. Like, it's just such a strange combination. It just, like, those, it's, the mouthfeel is weird. And as it turns out, that's fitting for the definitions here. Yeah, gavage, so gavage, noun, the administration of food or drugs by force, especially to an animal, typically through a tube leading down the throat to the stomach. And cunctation, noun, the action or an instance of delaying or tardy action. Yeah, so their name basically means don't eat. Yeah, or, you know, yeah, or a holding back of sustenance, which is fascinating. My name is Lunch Slate. Jesus. Yeah, and so then they kind of put together some, like, character profile type notes. But yeah, TC is the one who discovered this game and is very excited to play it. AA, you know, hobbies include bugging and fussing and meddling. Of course, that's another callback to my lovely, wonderful Kanaya Mariam. Shout out to Kanaya Mariam. I love you, Kanaya Mariam. And then, yes, the guess that it's a seer. Actually, I'm gonna put the link to that in chat just in case anyone is inclined to reblog that, because I am not the only person who still uses Tumblr. Someone better ask what their deal is. Yeah, so that's like, I feel like I thought of some more things while Oh, right. This was one thing I wanted to calculate. So that is 13 and 1/3 hours ago. So that's 13 hours and 20 minutes ago. So Vrissy has been missing this guy's messages like all day. Do we get to name the mystery person? I mean, we could for funsies. I feel like they're just a GC for now because we don't really have any other hint as to what name would be. Like, we don't, like, this is not a troll. Can we just say it flat out? This is not a troll. So we don't fucking know naming conventions. To, you know, even to, like, make up a silly. 801 minutes ago. Oh, yes, 801 minutes ago. From whose perspective? I assumed from Brissy's perspective. But I guess it could be Gavage Conctations because that's the person whose perspective we're looking from. That's true. Oh, hold on. There we go. Unless you meant they will let us name them. Like, they seldom remember command box. Oh, yeah. I don't think we're not naming this guy. They have tight plans for this. But, yeah. So, anyway, this has been, for, you know, regardless of whoever's perspective it is, this has been sitting here for a while. The shit hit the fan. For Gavage Conctation, the shit hit the fan a while ago. Yeah. Okay. So, reviewing more time today. Anything interesting? Right. What are these explosive materials? What are these volatile explosive materials that he just kind of keeps around and keeps fiddling with? Yes, the reference to addiction. I think today is the day I fuck everything up. Again, kind of hinting at, I saw someone saying something about, like, what if this person had a tome in the way that Calliope did, where they could kind of, like, see some writings from the future. I'm not so sure about that one. I feel like this could fit in with having a character who supposedly is some kind of oracle or whatever. It could come from something that, like, AA has said, or seen or predicted, or however the fuck that's working. But, or, you know, it could just be, could just have a bad feeling about it. It could just be that. That happens to people in real life sometimes too. You're just like, wow, I think I'm just gonna fuck this up. Let's see if you might change my mind. Vaguely ominous doomer bullshit. TC's game, yeah. One of the games, TC. We cooked hard with this. Yeah, knowing me, like, I know it will kill me. Yeah, she can't fucking help herself. It's one thing she's gonna do is bug Professor Metal. Like an oracle. Magic happening. Right, and so the oracle has said she is certain that they would play. So we'll see just how precise this oracle AA is. Because she is certain that Vrissy will play with them. Not wanting to let down the friend that's so super stoked about this. Yeah, patterns. And then there's a long rant. That sounds a little bit Davish. And then, if you don't hear from me again, I want to say good luck with everything. And explosion and scene. Okay. She needs tissue. Yeah, so we'll meet these folks eventually, I'm sure. Now, I also wanted to note that we do still have 2 unknown names on Harry's chum roll as well. Here on page 546. Steezy Headbanger and Ideogrammatic Dramaturgy. Noteworthy that those 2 names don't follow the GCAT naming convention, so I feel like those ones, also given what they are, I feel like they may be human classmates from school, perhaps also people involved in the theater department. So whether or not we meet them remains to be seen. The whole world is kind of going to shit. They might just be throwaway names. But the mystery name on Versity's drum roll ended up not being a throwaway, so maybe we will communicate at some point with Steezy Headbanger and Ideogrammatic Dramaturgy. Perhaps. Me too, seeing 2 more here. I don't know. But that leads us to the end of the update. And I know we've talked a little bit about gaps and time frames and things. So I'll read this and then we can talk a little bit more about the future. So monthly check-in November 2024. Hey all, writer Miles here, gasp, and I come to you not just as a writer but as a handsome news post butler on this most hallowed of Homestuck holidays. I bring you only a few morsels of actual news, but a sumptuous feast of update with a heaping helping of warm well wishes. Also, I'm going to stop talking like that now. As James mentioned earlier, he's going to step back a bit from public-facing comms, and that makes sense because before that, he had to write like every single one of these news posts all by himself. What the hell? So I'm happy to step in and face the crowd, which isn't a problem for me at all because all of you are so damn beautiful. First of all, I hope you guys liked the update. Pretty crazy, right? We got Omega Kids, we got snipers, we got explosions, we got delicious art, crazy cliffhangers, and even mysterious new friends. Wow, things are really, really ramping up both in the plot and behind the scenes, and we're all so stoked to be bringing it all to you guys now. Love it when things happen. Speaking of ramping up behind the scenes, production of the S page, James mentioned to you guys, is in full swing. In fact, we were just in a meeting about it today, not an hour before I sat down to write this news post, and we're all buzzing with excitement about it. It's a certifiable big deal. Lots of moving parts, and it's going to be pretty demanding in terms of assets and production, but we are tackling it with such gusto. Such gusto. I think it's pushing us all as writers, boarders, artists, animators. It's cool. I'm pretty much geeking out about it all the time. That being said, as James also mentioned to you guys, it's going to take us some time. And so I want to get into a few details about our upcoming hiatus. After today's update, it's highly unlikely there are going to be any more for the remainder of the calendar year. But we're hoping to be done and updating again no later than a month into 2025, which, by the way, is going to be such a cool year for this comic. During this time, we are going to keep the Patreon running. Our artists are working harder than ever before, and we want to make sure they're compensated for the significant time and effort they put into making this Flash. Nobody calls it that anymore because it isn't Flash, but I'm old. Super duper awesome. I mean, within Homestuck itself, everybody still calls them Flashes. We are overwhelmingly grateful for the support you guys have shown us over the past year, so if you think you can swing it, we hope you can stay subscribed to the Patreon. We're going to keep releasing writer and artist commentary as long as there's comic to cover, but beyond that, we're working on other Patreon exclusives, such as some sneak previews of the animation, and maybe some other goodies. We want to give back to you guys as much as we can because you give to us, and that means a lot. And speaking of goodies, though I can't say much, More merch plans are percolating in the pipeline, and we think you're gonna like them. We're still working out a lot of different ideas, both for Homestuck merch and beyond Canon specific goods, but some stuff is already locking in as we speak. We're super excited to bring it to you guys, but hold up, hold those horses. Restrain them, I beg you. All shall be revealed in time. Hopefully soon. I think that about covers it, people. Happy 11/11, and from the whole Beyond Canon team, we love ya. Love, Miles. Thank you, Miles. So, that is the latest from the team. Things are in motion for the Flash. Things are in motion for merch. This is it for updates for 2024. And we'll be back again in January with that true end of Act 1. A theory. Maybe spur babies get auto-named with GCAT names, but they can change them like John. Intriguing theory. Yeah, literally every Homestuck calls them that. Yeah, you're not alone, Miles. Everybody in fucking Homestuck still calls them Flashes. But yeah. Harry's username? Oh my god, we were just fucking looking at it. It's like, Thespian's Glamour, TG. I was like, it follows pattern, right? It does? Yeah. Thespian's Glamour. Yes, and Harry's not a spurt baby, so I guess that theory's out. But yeah, so this. We are on a little break from updates. There's a hiatus happening, but big things in the works. I'm really excited to see what they're going to come up with for the Flash, because they left the story in so many exciting places, and also like all of the art has been amazing. So it's going to be gorgeous animation, of course. And then there was the previous news post that mentioned it being a song from the existing Homestuck soundtrack. So which one are they going to pull into the limelight? We'll have to wait and see. Inherited. Do you hope it's not a pattern of build up, long hiatus, Flash that concludes that build up? I mean, like, look, they have basically only just gotten started. Like, this baby's just getting the ball rolled, and we will have to see how the structure of the story kind of plays out for into the future. But this is where we are right now. We're going to take a little pause. We're going to take a little chill. Yeah, so that means that I will not be doing Homestuck things around here for a while as well. I'm not sure whether or not I will try to find something to continue uploading to YouTube in that time. Because in the grand scheme of things, now to end of January, that's like 2 months. And that's a short time frame for me to finish streaming a game. Yeah, I mean, we still have to finish fucking Disco Elysium. So close, I can feel it. And then we'll get into Chicory. I've been saying that for so fucking long at this point. God, y'all, we're gonna get there, I promise. And then Chicory, I'm not gonna upload the whole thing to YouTube, but I do have some thoughts about parts of it to maybe isolate and upload. I don't usually do like highlight clips a whole lot, but I feel like Chicory, I could do like the the art school segments. I think it would be really fun to upload those, just those parts, to YouTube, because they're very fun and unique, and I think we're going to create some very cool art together. Yeah, you'd rather have more build-up happen before the flash, like hiatus, and then more build-up to the flash, rather than the other. Okay, I see what you mean, yeah. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking about, in terms of, like, YouTube stuff. Because I know it's been pretty quiet over there for a bit, just because of lack of streams, and I haven't done a bonus game in a bit, and I gotta be honest with y'all, I have no clue when the next Heaven Will Be Mine will happen, because of my whole, like, health situation, and, like, having to be really careful about not getting sick again kind of means not really having people into the house, which is how those happened. Like, sure, I could get Katzen on, like, a Discord call, and we could do it that way, but, like, part of what makes those streams so special is that, like, it's the two of us in my room sharing a single mic in a physical space. Like, we're here, and we're doing it, you know what I mean? Like, if we were okay with the Discord call thing, we could have just done that ages ago and finished the game, like, a year ago or some shit. Like, so, yeah, Heaven Will Be Mine is, I know at one point I did say we were in discussions, but this is kind of what's come of the discussions, so it's a little bit on the back burner for the time being. But we'll get back to it as soon as we are able, I promise you. But yes. Back from hiatus and instantly hitting with, oh right, because a lot of people don't bother going back and reviewing. That is a good point. Yeah, so that's plans around here. And, that's this weekend. So, next weekend, then, is double disco. We're gonna double disco it until we finish that damn game. I would really like to have finished Disco Elysium before the next Homestuck update. I feel like that is a very reasonable goal to have at this point. Oh, y'all. Tomorrow's December 1st. Isn't that fucked up? Yeah, I know. Take another shot, you know, if you had a dime for every time I said time is happening, what the fuck? You'd all be rich. But, like, woohoo! Tomorrow's December 1st. Yeah, but yeah, because I was just thinking about next weekend. Next stream is going to be in December now. Next weekend is December. Next time I speak to you all, it will be that month. But yes. Okay, you hope people don't leak the pre-release stuff they put in the Patreon. You want to experience it when it's done. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what kind of pre-release stuff, if they decide to do that, more of that kind of stuff on Patreon, or like little hints or previews or something. I think I would not look, because, like, yeah, I just want to see it. Because the thing with releasing previews in, like, this specific context is that, like, that's all, you're also getting into, like, plot stuff, right? With all that. And, like, I don't want to know. I just want to see it when it's done. Like, the music previews for the Vriska the visual novel, that's the term I was trying to remember. The music previews for the visual novel were, like, kind of cute and fun. So, I don't know, I guess maybe I wouldn't mind so much if they were like, here's a little bit of the song, maybe one of you can have fun figuring out which pre-existing song it is. Or, you know, like those kinds of things. But like anything plotty, or that could potentially be plotty, I would resist. Visual novel low on plot, so it was fine, I guess. Eh. Yeah, and the music didn't like totally spoil anything, because we already had the symbols to kind of guess, you know, as to which character was coming up next and like that kind of stuff. Like the groove was there. But yeah. Yeah. So I think we'll call it there for tonight. And we'll call it there for a couple months. Next time I see you all will be when that Flash is up and ready. And we'll just jump on in there together. I would like to put together and maybe do a little bit of a plot review for that stream as well. To do that kind of like recap before the Flash, because yes, it will have been a couple months since we read all these things. I think it'll be on YouTube. I think, wait, no, my last one then. Yeah, I think it will be an HTML5 embed. But I think there will probably also be an official mirror on YouTube. Just for ease of access. Forgot about the one with risk of getting slurped in. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, so I think it is going to be the same, done the same way as like an HTML5 embed, but I mean, there's going to be versions of it on YouTube, whether it's uploaded by them or uploaded by someone else. But yeah, for the website itself, yeah, in keeping with tradition, might be a big file. We could hope at least. Yeah, could be beefy. I hope so too. Yeah, I'm very excited. I'm a little sad it means that we won't be having any Homestuck streams on here for a bit, but I'm big excited because when it does happen, ooh, it's gonna be good. It's big fun. Yeah, so that's our evening. 61.8 gigs Flash. Jesus Christ. Yeah, been having SD card issues with my Switch lately that I don't like, because that's like most of my storage is on the Switch, on the SD card rather than the system memory, because the system memory is not very big. But I had Animal Crossing crash on me a few times. And the error code that it gave, the help page on Nintendo's website, was all stuff about checking your SD card. And I was like, God, please don't fucking do this. Yeah. So I ended up, like, there was no corrupt data or anything like that. Like, the port and the card itself are clean, the contacts and all that. So I ended up just moving Animal Crossing onto the system memory, and then everything else that's on there we shall see. I haven't had that error in any other games, but also I kind of haven't been playing anything but Animal Crossing, so Yeah. I don't know. It could be something wearing out the specific contacts that accessed Animal Crossing because I've been playing it so much. I don't know if that's how SD cards work, though. But I don't know. System memory seems to be doing okay. I haven't had it crash in the last couple days since I changed it. So anyway, that just reminded me, because switching that file over, it's like that's like a almost 11 gig game. Which I understand in the grand scheme of things. Like, games for the fucking PS5 are like 90 gig or whatever ridiculous shit. Yeah, NextFlash actually makes computers explode. Yeah, devs think they can get away with anything now, like making a game stop work in 60 years. Yeah, why compress textures when you can just have redundantly duplicate 500 times? Yup. 149 points. I'm gonna need 1 terabyte per game soon. Jesus, yeah. 11 days to install. While you play indie games. Yeah, indie games are a lot smaller. Animal Well. Interesting. I'm not familiar with that one. But yeah. This is making me think of Animal Crossing Pocket Camp for mobile devices. The free-to-play version is officially dead. The paid version is coming out on December 3rd, but it's a one-time payment. You get everything from the last 7 years except for brand collabs, including Nintendo's own internal stuff for some reason. But you get like everything else with no microtransactions. It's just a game that you play. So I'm looking forward to that. Because they fucking got me. I started poking my old account that I haven't touched in like 6.5 years or whatever, and they fucking got me. So I'm gonna be getting Pocket Camp Complete when that comes out. But yeah, I don't think that's a very big file. 35 megabytes, nice. Yeah, Chicory, 2 gig. Yeah, like it's definitely... How big is Undertale? Let's see if my Steam application will actually load properly. I still need to fix my computer's hard disk drive issues. Haha. I know what I need to do. I know a bunch of Windows things that I will... When I turn them off, it will probably fix a lot of things. I just need to fucking do it. Oh, why is there an update queued for Disco Elysium? What are they updating? November 22nd. Our latest update to Disco Elysium resolves the following issues. UI issue, the back button in the character select appearing blank when quick switching language. Reset settings button and options having a larger hitbox area causing players to unintentionally select it in the menu. And added localizations for achievements in a number of supported languages. This is now consistent across PC platforms. If you're experiencing an issue, please send a bug report ticket. And the final cut is 75% off because of the autumn sale. Okay. Undertale Steam says 2 gig, but have you seen the system requirements for Undertale OST? No? I don't think that I have. Let me see here. Because I have that. Soundtrack total. Oh, it's just showing me whatever screen I'm looking at. It's just showing me the soundtrack length in the download. But yeah. Anyhow. Oh, on the store page. Yeah, I was not looking on the store page. I was looking at the internal thingy because I purchased the soundtrack through Steam. Yes. Undertale soundtrack. System requirements. Oh, yes. Okay, very important. System requirements for the Undertale soundtrack. Minimum. So, operating system, any. Processor, sure. Memory, 1 megabyte RAM. Graphics, well, it's just music files. Storage, 1 gig available space. Sound card, any. Additional notes, it's just music files. Recommended operating system, Windows. Hold on, how many zeros is this? 3. Hold on. 3, 6. Okay, Windows 90 million. Processor, very fast processor that can play 9,000 songs per second. Memory, 999 gig RAM. Graphics, special graphics card that makes music look like cool 3D for no reason. Storage, 1 gig available space. Sound card that makes the music sound like a live orchestra even though it's not. And then additional notes, really though, it's just music files. And there's a fucking little small text at the like I don't know, is this normally where they would put like a content disclaimer or something since it's just music? Y'all see that fucking, where is it? Thing. No, stop. Yeah, I mean, y'all probably already know this. Where's the... This is original. Why is it cut off like that? Whatever. Yeah, very important. The latest, most up-to-date, the Max OS one just says any for recommended too. Oh, that's true. I didn't look at the Mac one. Yeah. Here, okay, I'll play this as the outro because we're just like blasting off into fucking outer space with tangents here. Okay. The latest and greatest directly from Toby Fox himself. No Apple Standard. Under Tangent by Toby Fox. Yeah. This, what's the, yeah, October 26th this was posted. Oh my god. So this is actually like over a month old at this point. We live in the tangent sphere. Yeah. I mean, like, this is kind of par for the course here. Like, kind of impressive that we didn't go on a tangent this bad at some point during reading the actual update. I actually kept things pretty streamlined. But, you know, at this point, we're just kind of chilling. But I do need to end the stream at some point, and this feels like a good way to do it. This. You know, actually, I am going to play it with you all here and talk and then play it again at the end. Because, like, I have thoughts, okay? Carpet. 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 Check it out. I'm in the house. Like carpet. Like carpet. 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 Check it out. I'm in the house. I'm in the house like carpet. Why did he hyphenate it? Like this is what I don't understand. Like carpet. 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 Check it out. I'm in the house. I'm in the house like carpet. Check it out. It's not house. In the house like carpet, you know, like a simile. It's house like carpet. Hyphenated. Why did he hyphenate it? I'm house. Like, that's just what gets me about that. There's another version with a carpet. Toby Moss. No, carpet. Yeah. I'm just like, yeah. So that was my thought with regards to that. Brother gave me a whole history about how it's really, that original song that is sampled from is related to Persona 3 or something, but I forgot most of it. Look back, I mean, he just fucking gives me a thumbs up, like, wow, great job forgetting the entire fucking thing that I told you. I didn't forget all of it, because it was Persona 3, right? Yeah.
The important part, yeah.
Yeah, it was the only important part, apparently. Song that was used in Persona 3. Because, yeah, that's, you know, sampled from a song with a very long, winding rap. But yeah, so that's the latest and greatest from Toby Fox. And that's how we're going to conclude today. Yeah, that's the latest and greatest from Toby Fox. That's my thoughts on the latest and greatest from Toby Fox. Why the hyphen? I mean, why not, I guess, but anyway, it's not, you know, it's not the top of the hour, but it is kind of getting rambly. Nothing unusual there, but oh, pardon me, it's time. Yeah, it's time to stream. I'll go to bed probably in like an hour and a half or something like that. Yeah. So, to conclude, holy shit, so many things are happening in the comic. Wah! Wah! Fucking Waluigi in here. I will be back with Homestuck Beyond Canon in sometime in January. That's when they're saying the next update will be posted and the Flash will be ready, most likely. And between then, we're going to finish Disco Elysium. I hope you will join me for that thrilling conclusion. And start Chicory. Yeah. Thank you for joining me. Yes. Waluigi the wiener. What did you see as Waluigi because it's purple? Well, it could be a Waluigi fan. That seems plausible enough. But, yeah. Okay. Thanks for hanging out. I will see you all around the internet. Have a good week. I hope you all have a really good, chill week. And I'll see you next weekend for Disco Elysium. Good night.